Welcome to the Quiet Your Inner Mean Girl podcast. I'm your host, Abby Hegney, and I am here to help you create habits that last, lose weight for good, and feel confident in your own skin while living the life that you love. I am a board-certified health and weight loss coach, and I believe that no matter how busy your life is or how many things that you have tried in the past, you can lose the weight that you want to lose and confidently keep it off. Every week, I bring you simple, real-life tips to help you do just that. Because weight lost, living the life that you love, is weight lost forever. Let's dive in. Welcome back to episode 97. Oh my gosh, spring has finally sprung here in Connecticut. And actually, it feels a little bit more like summer right now. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. I just got back from a long walk with two of my very good friends, and it was just the most beautiful day. It is gorgeous out. The sky is so blue. The sun is shining. It's like 75 and sunny, and I will take that all day, every day. It is like the perfect combination. So today I want to talk to you about the difference between losing weight and keeping it off. I think it's really important for us to think about these things together because I think we often keep them separate. We spend a lot of time and energy focusing on weight loss, and we either don't think about keeping it off or we tell ourselves, I'll worry about that then. I'll think about that when I get there. I'll deal with it after I lose the weight. And I get where that's coming from. It's like one step at a time, right? Let me focus on this before I worry about that. I can't do one thing before I do this first thing. It makes sense, except when it comes to weight loss. If we only focus on losing weight, what tends to happen is we lose it in a way that doesn't set us up to successfully keep it off. When it's a weight loss first approach, when we don't want to think about keeping it off until we get there, what happens is we train our brain to associate weight loss as success. And we naturally start to think, what's the fastest way to get there? Because getting there and getting there fast is what matters the most when we believe that success is simply losing weight. When we focus on what's the fastest way to get there, what we're not thinking about is what would I need to do in order to stay there? This is where temporary behaviors are built instead of real life, long-term habits. This often looks like over-restricting, eating in ways you don't actually enjoy, saying no to things that you love because you think that's what is required of you in order to lose weight. It's feeling hungry or deprived or having to rely on motivation or feeling like it in order to take steps that move you closer to where you want to be. It's needing to stick with a very specific plan. It's not being able to wait until you finally get there so you can enjoy your favorite things again. How many times have you said that to yourself while on a weight loss journey? I can't wait to lose the weight so I can eat pizza again. Or as soon as I hit my goal, I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy like that favorite bowl of pasta, or I'm going to have that glass of wine that I'm telling myself I can't have. Temporary behaviors are things that work until they don't. And the moment they stop working is the moment you decide you actually don't want to do those things. You actually want to enjoy your life. You don't want to feel super rigid. You don't want to miss out on things that you really enjoy. You don't want to have to stick with a specific plan. You want to be able to go out to dinner and go on vacation and not stress about it. When we are only focused on weight loss, We completely disregard what we actually want. It's very all or nothing. It's I lose weight or I live my life. It's I lose weight or I have fun. I lose weight or I get to enjoy foods that I love. When what we actually want is both. This is what I help my clients to see and to achieve because I have never met a woman who wanted to lose weight and feel deprived or feel like she is missing out on her life. And never have I met a woman who wants to spend all of that time and energy losing weight to just gain it back. What we really want is to lose weight and keep it off. Better yet, what we really want is to lose weight and confidently keep it off. In order to do that, we have to start thinking about the two of them together. They go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly, like 75 and sunny. And if you are like any of the women that I work with, it goes a step farther to wanting to lose weight and confidently keep it off and doing it while you are living the life that you love. You want to be able to go out to dinners. You want to enjoy cocktails. You don't want to stress about what's on the menu or if they're going to have something that fits on your plan. You want to be able to go on vacation and enjoy it without guilt, without thinking that you need to work extra hard when you get home. You want to be able to take your kids out for ice cream and enjoy some with them, or to rest your body without thinking, I should be working out, or I should be working hard, or I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. You want flexibility and you want joy and confidence. You want to feel in control. You want to know that it doesn't have to be one or the other. We have to be really honest with ourselves about what we really want, or we'll end up working really hard only to go in the wrong direction. And that is always so much harder. That will take so much more time and so much more energy. So, how you lose weight and confidently keep it off is to increase the quality of your journey. And what I mean by that is the quality of the decisions that you make and the steps that you take with what you really want in mind. This requires you to go beyond weight loss. What does it actually mean to your life when you lose weight and know with confidence it's weight that you are going to keep off? I walk my clients through a very specific process on their consultation call to help them really envision their life when they get there. What does it look like? What's different for them, but also for everyone around them? Because when we lose weight in a way that we know we are confidently keeping it off, everybody around us feels a different energy coming from us. We explore this in so much detail, and it uncovers so much about what we need to do and how we need to approach their journey based on how they actually want to be living their life. Anybody can make decisions and take steps that lead to temporary results. This is why we see so much yo-yoing, whether that's losing weight only to gain it back or it's starting only to stop. This is why so many women believe that they can be really good for 2 weeks or a month, but that they struggle to actually lose weight and keep it off or be consistent. That is all based on a low quality process, on thinking about weight loss only. It's going through the motions, checking the boxes, following the plan, staying on track, relying on motivation and willpower. It doesn't change who we are or what we believe about ourselves or what we are capable of or what we believe is possible. It keeps us in the same patterns based on our past, recreating more of what we've already created. More of our past, more losing only to gain it back, more not believing in ourselves, more lack of confidence. When we increase the quality of our journey, when we increase the quality of the decisions that we make and the quality of the steps that we take, what happens is we build a strong quality foundation, meaning we create consistency that becomes normal. We build awareness and understanding of our body, of what works and what doesn't. We don't just change what we are doing, we change how and why we are doing it. We build confidence in ourselves. We start to trust ourselves to make decisions, to take steps, and to believe that every step we take and every decision that we make moves us closer to where we want to be. And in that process, we become the woman who loses weight and keeps it off. Because this time, we know exactly how we did it. We were present and focused on the whole picture the entire time. When we only focus on weight loss, we focus on such a small piece of the picture. We think it's the big picture, right? We think weight loss is the whole thing, but only because we never allowed ourselves to be honest, to think about what it is we actually want and what's different when we create it. That's a low quality, temporary weight loss only approach. It's one that creates a very shaky foundation. This is why thinking I'll worry about it when, or I'll deal with keeping the weight off when I get there doesn't work, because you get there and you don't have a plan. You don't have a strong foundation, and everything falls out from beneath you, and you end up gaining back all the weight that you just worked so hard to lose. For example, if you think, I'll just cut out carbs and sugar for a few weeks and I'll lose the weight. At the end of those few weeks, as soon as you start to eat carbs and sugar again, the weight comes back on. That is a low quality approach. It's temporary, it never lasts, it increases the negative self talk of your inner mean girl, because now you create more evidence that you can never stick with anything, or you can lose the weight, but you can't keep it off, or it's so hard to lose weight. And you start to think that is who you are and what you do without recognizing that the whole time it was just a low quality approach. As women, we do this all of the time. It's why so many of us struggle. It's why we think it's so hard. And I really want to help you to break this cycle in order to shift the focus to high quality decisions and high quality steps that build a strong foundation. We have to think about losing weight and keeping it off together from the very beginning. It is one quality process. If you are struggling to keep the weight off, or you do not believe that you can keep the weight off, it's about how you are losing it. It is not about you. Are you going through the motions? Are you checking the boxes? Or are you showing up with intention and awareness? Are you building an understanding of your body, your mind, your time, your energy, your life, what works for you and what doesn't? Are you focused on creating a new norm, or are you just trying to get there? I really want you to spend some time thinking about that. What are you focused on? How are you doing things? Are you just changing what you are doing, or are you changing why and how you're doing them? Do you just want to get there fast? And if you do, I want you to think about the way in which you are getting there. Is it really the fastest way? Is how you lose the weight and lose it fast the way that you will be able to keep it off? Is it how you want to keep it off? Is it what you want to continue doing? Because how you get there is how you have to stay there. So how you lose weight and keep it off is to increase the quality of the decisions that you make and the steps that you take. At the core of that is seeing losing weight and keeping it off as one process, one journey. To do this, you want to start thinking about things long term. You want to run things through a filter of, is this repeatable? Does it feel good? Could I continue to do things this way? Can I do this when life is busy? Can I do this when life changes course, when I have to pivot? Does it allow flexibility? How does doing this actually make me feel? And this is where you want to allow yourself to get really curious. Because in order to lose weight and keep it off, you will have to do things differently. If you didn't, you would have already lost the weight and you'd be keeping it off. So this isn't a bad thing. It's not a judgment. It doesn't mean that you've been doing it wrong or you can't do it. Regardless of what it is that we want to change in our lives, if we want change, it requires us to do some things differently. Where our brain naturally goes, especially when it comes to weight loss, is to think in extremes. We think that we need to change all of the things. We think that we need to stop doing this and start doing that. But the truth is, we don't have to overhaul our lives. That's the all or nothing thinking that many of us are patterned to go to. It's the low quality process. It's the shaky foundation. We need to think about, how do I do things differently in a way that works for me, that works for my time, that works for my body and my life? These changes tend to be a lot smaller than we think. The problem is, our inner mean girl will tell us it's not enough. It doesn't count. You have to do more. But the decisions that you make and the steps that you take from those thoughts of your inner mean girl lead to those temporary behaviors. They allow you to lose the weight, but they don't allow for keeping it off. So we've got to shift the focus from what can I do now to get me there fast to what can I do today that I can continue to do tomorrow and for as long as I want to continue doing it. And here's the thing, doing something once doesn't mean that you'll have it all figured out. Trying something thinking I could do this long term doesn't mean that is the thing that will work for you long term. Sometimes things work just as we thought, and that's amazing. And many times they don't. Nothing has gone wrong. But your inner mean girl will have a completely different dialogue. She will use that as evidence that you can't do it, that you'll never figure it out. And when that is your inner self-talk, you will want to give up, which takes me to the second part of losing weight and keeping it off, which is you have to be willing to keep going. No more I messed up, I fell off track, I'll start fresh tomorrow, or I'll start again on Monday. Instead, you choose to move on to the next high quality decision or high quality step in your high quality journey. A low quality journey is telling yourself you've already ruined your progress and then choosing to turn to food and eat whatever you want for the remainder of the day because you've already messed up. What's the point? Why bother? When you want to lose weight and confidently keep it off, you have to start seeing your decisions as a whole. One bad decision, one step that didn't go your way or in the way that you thought it would go is not a problem. It doesn't define your journey. It's not proof of what is possible or what you are capable of, but the decisions and the steps that follow, those are telling. And if you continue to repeat low quality steps and decisions that are driven by the negative self-talk of your inner mean girl and are focused only on losing weight and weight loss as success, you will continue to produce low quality behaviors and habits and results. You'll lose only to gain it back. You'll create habits that you can maintain only for a couple weeks at a time. You'll constantly be starting over. You have to choose to keep going, one step, one decision at a time. When you choose to keep going, even when it feels hard, even when you would otherwise give up, you will build so much confidence and trust in yourself. You will become the woman who loses weight and confidently keeps it off because you won't be afraid of the hard. You will learn to show up for yourself even when you don't want to, even when you don't feel like it, even when you would otherwise give up. You will start to feel proud and taken care of. You will start to believe in yourself and realize you aren't someone who wants to quit on themselves. I think that we often think that once we lose weight, the journey from there on out will be smooth. I think this is a big reason why we don't think about keeping the weight off, or we tell ourselves, I'll deal with it once I lose the weight, because we think it'll be so much easier once we get there. But life still happens even when we have lost the weight. It's still busy, it's still stressful. We still feel all of the emotions and have all of the thoughts running through our head at all of the times. And if we don't become the woman who believes in herself, who trusts herself to keep going, who knows how to handle the hard times and the uncomfortable emotions and the negative self talk of her inner mean girl, the weight will not stay off. The habits will not last. The confidence will slip away. Checking the boxes is not enough. Going through the motions is not enough. We've got to choose to keep going. We've got to choose to show up and prove to ourselves and to believe in ourselves that we are capable. It is possible, and we're going to see it all the way through. And the last part of losing weight and keeping it off is to quiet the negative self talk of your inner mean girl in real time. This is where having support like a coach is so beneficial. It is absolutely beneficial throughout this whole process, especially if you have been in this lose only to gain back cycle for a long time. It's so beneficial so that you can catch the habits and the patterns that you may not even recognize yourself because they're so deeply ingrained. But the support of a coach specifically is so beneficial when it comes to catching the negative self talk of your inner mean girl, because sometimes, oftentimes, we think those thoughts are the truth, and they're not. They are sentences inside your head. And the more that we repeat them, the more we believe them, and the more that we think they are true. If you have told yourself for years and years and years that you can't lose weight, you can never stick with anything, you struggle to be consistent, that is what you will believe to be true, and you will look for evidence of that everywhere. Your inner mean girl will always offer you low quality thoughts. And those low quality thoughts will lead to low quality decisions and low quality steps. I messed up is a low quality thought of your inner mean girl. And it leads to deciding to give up. And that leads to taking the step of overeating because we feel bad or we believe that we've already ruined our progress. I don't have any time is a low quality thought. It leads to deciding to not work out like you had planned, or deciding to just pick up fast food instead of making the dinner that you wanted to make. So we've got to start catching those stories and catching them in real time so that we can start to make higher quality decisions and take higher quality steps. We focus on food, we focus on movement, we focus on weight loss, but that voice, that negative self-talk of your inner mean girl is what turns one moment into a downward spiral. It's what takes all of the progress that you've made and throws it out the window. It's why you lose weight and don't know how to keep it off. Quieting that voice will increase the quality of your entire journey. It will change what you do, but more importantly, it will change how and why you do things. You'll stop spinning your wheels. You'll stop spending so much time and energy in areas that aren't moving you forward. Things will start to feel simpler. They'll start to feel easier, more sustainable. I have a client who 4 months ago didn't believe that she could lose weight, let alone lose weight and keep it off. We followed this process. we got clear on what she actually wants. And we focused on the quality of her journey. We focused on quieting her inner mean girl and choosing to keep going, even when in the past she would have chosen to give up. She has lost about 15 pounds. And the other week, she told me it hasn't even felt hard. It just feels like who I am and what I do. That is it. That is everything. That is losing weight and confidently keeping it off. And if that is what you want, that is available to you too. Let's talk. Schedule your consultation and let's do this for you too. All right, that is all for this week. I will be back next week with another episode. If you are loving this podcast, please subscribe, rate, or review. Or if you know someone who would benefit from this message, please share it with them. And if you are ready to quiet your inner mean girl, to create habits that make you feel amazing, to lose weight and confidently keep it off while living the life that you love, I invite you to schedule your complimentary 60-minute consultation. We'll discuss where you are, where you want to be, and how my Quiet Your Inner Mean Girl method can help you create the future that you want. You can find the link to book your call in the show notes, or you can also connect with me directly on Instagram at Wellness with Abby H. I can't wait to talk to you.